And we're live.
Hey,
Yeah, 5 p.m. I'm surprised. The bet the subscribers on my channel didn't even know that I was awake at this hour. I didn't either.
it was
But
like, what the fuck? What time's this? You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, it's about what is it 10 there?
Yeah, 10 o'clock. Yeah,
Yeah. So maybe we'll see some of your guys in the chat. I don't know, but
hopefully.
it's always a mess with the scheduling. Like I know Alan, Johnny, all these guys basically don't get home until 6, 7 o'clock sometimes. Johnny does
Yeah,
kind of an average night, so by midnight they're wanting to do something. Tony's been in bed for 6 hours at
five.
that
Yeah,
point.
five hours. Yeah,
So it never really has. It was always good to get Tony back on. He's been doing a lot over there. Switched the channel up, and it's going really
switched it
well.
up. Yeah, mate, switched it up. Who'd have thought just changing the name of something would have set something off like it has done? It's been amazing, really. I mean, I won't deny that the last few months of the channel, I was like, do I bother? Do I not bother? Do I just give it all up? Because I was turning content out that I thought was interesting stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And normally I would get views and stuff like that. Nothing. Just flat. No one was watching anything. I wasn't getting any interaction. I was like, nah. You know what I mean? I know this is a hobby and this is fun, but if no one's watching whatsoever, why am I really bothering?
you get
You
eight
know what I
views.
mean?
You get eight views,
Yeah,
and 8 guys on here. We're all
yeah.
in the comments going, "Hey, good,
Basically, yeah,
yeah, good video, man. What's up?" Blah
yeah,
blah blah.
yeah,
And it's just crickets. I think it's a cultural difference. I think you're into a lot of American stuff, and it's more like like I don't know what is it soaps over there. That are very popular that people talk about and things like that. It's like
yeah, yeah,
and YouTube wants to send your content to other Brits and other people in the UK, and they're like, "What is this trash? What is
yeah,
like
yeah. No
talk to
idea
me
what
about
this was.
talk to
Yeah,
me about
what?
soccer. Talk to me about soccer and
Yeah, yeah.
whatever."
Yeah. So it was like, what? I mean, shall I continue? Shall I not continue? And I went on hiatus for about, I don't know, about 6 weeks, where I was really contemplating. And then you know what I mean. We've been running this film club in Wigan for about 8 or 9 months, and it's progressively doing better and better and better to the point now where it's virtually running itself. It's really good. So I thought, well, what if I tried something with the film club? What if I turned the channel into something that was socially set up for the film club and things happening in and around the film club? So that allowed me to bring Dave on as well, who Dave's a lifelong friend of mine. He's a really good guy. He was wanting to do stuff like this as well. So I brought Dave on. I changed the name of the channel, and within 2 weeks, it just went through the fucking roof. It was
Yeah,
like unreal what a name change and bringing one other person on can do. So same
yeah,
same kind of content, you know what I mean? Same kind of content, but
yeah.
just
Well,
a
I mean,
name change and I don't know.
maybe the Wigan film death cult people are watching, and that's drawing more and more. It's like then now suddenly it's getting pushed in the algorithm, but it's a good thing. It's
Yeah, man, I think so. I mean, we've had a couple of videos that have just gone balls to the wall. They've just gone crazy. And I think that's brought some more subscribers. I mean, in the last 28 days, I mean, my channel's never run like this, ever. But in the
mhm.
last 28 days, it's had 70,000 views, like
It's a lot.
8,000 watch hours. It's brought just over 400 new people in 28 days. I was like, right, okay. I mean, where's this come from all at once? And
It's
all
probably
I've
the
done
name.
is, I just changed the name and
Yeah,
brought Dave on board, and boom. So
and the town being in the name too is probably
possible,
helping it. Yeah,
possible. People seem to be going back and watching videos. Bizarrely, one video that's doing really well is like 3.5 years old on this channel, and all of a sudden it's getting like 20, 30,000 views, and I've gone, hey, who's ever even fucking found that? You know what I mean? It's
it
obscure, but
doesn't make any sense. It never made any sense to
no,
me.
no, it makes even less sense at the moment, to be honest. But
We would do all kinds of stuff over on my channel, on Alan's channel, and then it'd be like seemingly at random. It's like a video 6 months ago we did. on some movie is getting 70, 80,000 views in Thailand and Malaysia.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's like, what the hell is this? I don't know what it's not a particularly good video either.
yeah.
But I don't know. I stopped caring the minute I started. So it's like, it's just for fun. If it takes off, it takes off.
Yeah.
It doesn't. And I don't have any fish tied up into this basket. Clearly, I've hit rock bottom. So I've become, I look like a Lebanese pimp these days. I look like an Albanian diplomat. I'm just not. I could care less. But it's good to see that your channel's finally kicking off, and you're just gonna start getting invited to all the cool channels now. It's gonna be like,
it's been bizarre that, like, how long have I been doing this? 4.5 years, something like that.
A lot longer than me, yeah.
Yeah, and I never come across any Brits. Right, in the circle of what we was doing when we was more prolific and doing this stuff, very rare I came across Brits. All of a sudden, we're given a name change. I bring Dave on board, and there's British channels reaching out to us left, right, and centre.
That's awesome.
So, you know what I mean? Which is cool.
Don't forget about the little people.
Yeah.
Yeah. By little people, I mean us, the enormous people. Me, Al, and Johnny.
Yeah. Well, no, mate, no, it's been good. You know what I mean? It would have been a shame if I'd laid the channel to rest, but it's put some new vitality into it, so which is pretty cool.
I got a different strategy. Instead of changing the name, I'll just start a new channel, and I'll just go over there again and again and again. We're on the third time now, so
yeah,
we'll see if the new one does any better. Let's catch up with the chat. We'll get going here. I've multi-streamed it to the new channel. It's a backup channel more than a new channel. I get strange warnings from YouTube, and I'm in some sort of creator portal, and I don't know. It's very weird now. It's not like I like it the old way, where they reach out to you, they want you to monetize, and it's like, well, what does this do for, like, if I don't push the monetize button, does that mean I won't get ads? And it's just like you get no answer, and then I log into another account and I start watching videos, and you're getting ads anyway, whether you're making money on it or not. I'm like, why the hell is there ads on this? It's not. I don't know. It's a whole thing. I'm just trying to work it out, but there's nobody, like, when you're dealing with YouTube, there's nobody to talk to. There's nothing. Like, it's like some robot tells you that this doesn't work or that doesn't work, and it's like, okay, well, what could I do to fix it? Delete all of the stuff, delete the whole thing, or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I don't care. I'm not gonna.
Again, it's bizarre. I'd never thought about monetizing anything. You know what I mean? And I'd obviously hit the right parameters where YouTube kept saying to me, listen, you can monetize now, you can monetize now, you can monetize now, and I was never bothered. And then when we did with the film club, I thought, well, it would be nice to put some money in the film club.
Yeah, well, you got something to invest. The projectors, the venue, all that stuff. There's no use for the money, so it makes perfect sense.
So I thought, that'd be cool. So we went to monetize it, and it happened for a little small period of time, like, and I mean, sort of weeks, and then it stopped, and I was like, okay. And what it seems to be, the videos that are gaining traction, that are getting big views at the moment, they flagged them all as reused content. So now they've took the monetization away again. So I was like, right, fuck it. You know what I mean?
Oh, believe me, it's a mess. I don't know what's going on. I just don't care. I've seen these other guys talk about it, like, this is hurting my family and this and that. Motherfucker, don't you have a job?
Yeah, exactly.
Shit? Like, how broke are you? Get out there and work. This is not a job. Maybe it was at one time where there was the ad revenue was flowing into this. Maybe it was, but the only channels that I see that are making money are like review channels, hardcore review channels that go out and watch the brand new thing, immediately run back. They're in a panic to get that video out as soon as possible. They've got a set behind them, those stuff. Like, you're not doing that holding up titles. It's just too small of a market. But hey, good for them if they think if they have a dream, pursue that.
Yes.
But maybe get there first before you start calling yourself a content creator or whatever.
Content creator. Yeah.
Whatever you put on your tax return. Put your real job on there. Put your real job on there before you decide you're going to take over the physical media, YouTube world, or whatever's going on. Because, I'm not going to say names, but I know a successful YouTube channel in the physical media space. They're all successful to me because we're having fun, but his channel's monetized. He does make money off of it. He showed me his best video and how it works and, what to try and do and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I looked at it like I could use the monetization to buy some giveaway titles or something, and he's like, this video has 12,000 views and it got it pretty quickly and it made $48. And I'm like, my best videos get 300 views, 700 views.
Yeah.
It's just like, it just doesn't seem worth it to have the ad. And I fucking hate ads. I hate it.
Piss me off.
It's very likely I'm not going to watch the video if the ads play. And, you start playing that game. Alan told me they're going to put ads on it whether you monetize it or not. If you're in the monetization program, it's a whole mess.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It needs to go back to the way it was, where it was just it was called YouTube for a reason. Just
the simpler days. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we looked at maybe some of the platforms, but nothing seems to work like this works. It's a shame, really, but you'd like to think there was something else out there, but there's probably nothing else out there that gets the traction that YouTube gets.
No.
You know what I mean? I'm too fucking old for Instagram. That's by the by. Same with TikTok. You know what I mean?
I can't stand Instagram. I can't stand and TikTok. I don't know how it works. I don't want to know how it works. Like I've put some shorts on there, and I'm just like, I don't know how you frame it. I'm like, I'm 100 years old and I can't be bothered with this. And Alan's big. He loves TikTok. So he's like, man, these people it's like crack to these people over here. And your stuff would work really well over there. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't think I want to be involved in it, but it is what it is at this point. Wrangler saying just getting off work. Yeah, it's going to be most of the people over here. Maybe they're just getting home right about now. Sydney, what's going on?
Hey, Sydney.
This is going to turn into a series of rants. It's just like YouTube sucks. The British colonies suck. They're not supporting the people over there. It's just turning into that. Like, I know this channel. This guy he's a watch dealer, and I have a friend that's friends with him. And I used to watch his channel, and it was watch content the whole time, years and years and years. Now it's political content. He switched over to political content, and the channel went crazy. Like, he's making all kinds of money now. So it's just like, I don't know. It's just weird how that works. We had a guy over here. He was a baseball analyst for years and years and years. I can't think of his name. White-haired guy with glasses. It doesn't matter. But he was a baseball analyst forever. And one day he just comes out and he has a political show. And suddenly he's making like $100 million. It's just crazy what people watch and what they don't want to watch. Like baseball.
Oh, God, yeah.
And he switched over to politics, and they went crazy. Everybody's saying, "What's up, Wrangler?" Yeah, it's not a haircut at all. It's a cry for help. I mean, listen, I'm gonna get into this very quickly. I don't know what it's like over there, and clearly you haven't visited a barber in many years.
No,
but it's a totally different world. I feel like I just got out of prison. And I come to a barber shop now, and it's like a bunch of broads in there. It's like they're girls now. The guys are in there gabbing, they're talking, they're gossiping with each other across the aisle. The haircut now takes a fucking hour, and it's like $40. I'm used to an old school barbershop. You go in, it's $15 plus tip, $13 plus tip, and you're out in 10 minutes. You
Yep.
move on with your life. Now it's like they're a bunch of prima donnas and bitches. They're talking about the ball game. They're talking about whatever show they're watching at the time. And I don't know. It's just like, when did this start?
It's pretty much same over here, to be honest. You know what I mean? And for every 10 barber shops over here, you know what I mean, 9 of them must be Turkish now. You know what I mean? So you've 9 Turkish barbers and like just one regular like British guy. It's nuts, and they're everywhere as well. Like barber shops are just everywhere now.
Yeah, it's like they go hang out there. It's the new bar, maybe. Like like men would like sometimes a man would like stop off at the bar for a couple drinks to avoid going home right away to decompress a little bit. Now they go to the barbershop every week.
Barbershop,
$50 fucking haircut. And talk shit. And like the last one I went to, it had like a little bar area.
Yep.
And I'm just going, what the fuck is this, man? I just want a haircut. And it's like you walk in and they're like, oh, you're a walk-in? Oh, well, I think Darnell that just started down at the very end might be available in 20 minutes. And it's just like, the other guy, the good guys are booked up with appointments. And I'm just like, I'm trying to figure out a way where I can just cut my own hair maybe, or go less, So yeah, that's what this is. That's what this. I look like the guy in Israel that saw your hands off if you don't pay your taxes. Because I don't want to fucking go get my fucking haircut. I can't stand the idea. It's like going to the doctor. Why do I have to be there a fucking hour? This dude is like, doing this, just cutting little tiny bits off. Man, just take that. If you cut it too short, it will grow back. Trust me.
Yeah,
but people are like, oh my God, they're so wrapped up in their fucking haircut now. It's like, oh my God, if I have a bad haircut, my life is over. Go ahead and kill yourself if that's the way you are.
Yeah, it's all about the fade.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Everyone's rocking a fade, yeah. It's got to be
perfect. I'm like, I come from the day where it takes fucking 10 minutes. And if it came out a little screwed up, that's why he turns you around and goes, hey, does this look good? Do I need to fix anything? Get out of here.
Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah, don't come back. There's one line around the corner. All right. Anyway, we are going to get the movies at some point.
We will. We'll stop moaning and whinging.
I don't know. I'm really tired. I haven't slept much. Got a lot going on. I'd really like to punch somebody in the face, especially one of these barbers. I don't know what's going on. They got like their implements are like golden and stuff. It's like Coming to America. When the guy pulls his jacket open, he's like, I got blow dryers. It's like that's the equipment now. They're like, they're spending thousands of dollars on equipment because they're expecting $50, $80, $100 haircuts, and they're doing one an hour.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a
weird. Like I said, a traditional barber must be making more money. He's got to be. You know what I mean? The speed he can do a haircut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what some of these guys are doing. You know what I mean?
You're more likely to come in there too if you know you're going to be out in 10 minutes. Oh man, I could use a haircut. I got something coming up. Boom, in and out. You're done. Now it's like you get to plan your whole day around a fucking haircut. No, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I refuse. Steve, what's going on, man? We probably have something coming up Friday night. Kind of a return, maybe a WTF on a movie, but it may be just me and Steve. We're working that out now.
Cool.
Everybody's saying what's up. Spicoli, yeah. He's fascinated by this 8K tent rival. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get it at all. Like what you're doing. Why would you do this? Because I don't care, man. I don't care. And honestly, you get some of these weird warnings from YouTube, and you can get shut down pretty easy these days, especially when you when you get into that next era. And I can't see myself fighting with YouTube to get my fucking channel back. I would just go on to the next channel. I know me. I would just go right on to the next channel, and then the next channel after that. So yeah, that's what it's about. Get with it.
Yeah, the stupid thing for us was when they took the small window of monetization that we had, when they took it away, when you had to, if you wanted to make a complaint about it and get them to review it, you had to make a fucking video. So you had to do a fucking video about you complaining that your monetization had gone, and then wait for someone reviewing your video. No, I was about
Yeah.
fuck off. I'm not doing that. You know what I mean?
And I was like, what are we arguing about? You know, and what is the point of the reused content? Because I hear it's a big topic now, this reused content.
Mm.
And it's like, if you have a clip from something, or you like, I got flagged for reused content. So I made a video. It's a clip from Alan's channel. And it was Alan was going off about one of the Tillys. And it was either that, I think it was both of them. I mean, I clipped it. I'm in the fucking video. I think it was multi-streamed to my channel, but it was reused from my channel. It was reused from his channel. And I clipped it and I put music to it. And I did one about that gay movie he bought. And it got flagged for that. And I'm like, how the fuck is that? That's my shit. Well, it's still reused. And I'm like, I don't know what they're trying to get rid of. There's something that they're bothered about, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah, all the ones that seem to have been flagged for me was, if anybody's ever watched any of my cartoon reviews of box sets and stuff like that, at the beginning of the video, I would always show the opening intro to the show right at the beginning, so everybody knew what it was, everybody knew the intro. They played the intro music of the show, like 30 seconds, done. They flagged me on every single one of those, every one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with it. I don't really care, but I mean, I use Metallica in some of my intros, so it's not like I really, but I could see that being a problem. But it's like, if we can't even clip our old content without it getting flagged for reviews content, and I looked into it like you did, and they're like, make a video showing how you got this, and show the editing software that you use, and show the why that you own the content. And I'm like, well,
or how much you've changed it from its original state. I'm going, fuck me.
Well,
I'm not.
I made a masculine movie about father and son look like a fag movie. Well, I changed it a lot. So I'm like, what am I going to do? Explain this to YouTube? Explain this to them? And I don't know. It's getting weird. I guess maybe it's AI. I guess maybe that's it. People are making videos with AI.
Possible.
And they want to make sure that you're actually, and maybe they're flooding, the videos, flooding the market with AI videos, and that's
maybe, yeah. There's something, you know what I mean. But it's at end of the day, it is what it is. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's I never set out to make any money, and I'm still not making any money, so it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like even the guys that play by the rules don't make any money. That's what's funny about it. It's like these guys are so worried about it, and they're playing by the rules, and it's still not working. So I don't know. It's a whole thing. Everybody's saying what's up to Tony. What's going on, Rob?
Hey, Rob.
Yeah, there's 3 chats this time. Rob. Scolder, what's going on?
Hello, Scolder.
It's right in the middle of the night over there.
Yeah, it's a little bit later than that is for me.
Everybody's saying what's up to Rob. Scully, yeah, a lot of barbers over here now serve refreshments. It's like, what are we doing, guys?
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing, man? I don't know. When did we stop being men? You go to the barber shop, there's nothing there. It's just a shitty hole in the wall. It's got mirrors. It's got barber shears. That's it. Get out of there. Maybe there's an old tube TV on the corner that's playing, Fox News or whatever all day, and that's the end.
Some old magazines on a coffee table and an ashtray that's not been emptied for a week.
Yeah, and nobody does stuff anymore. Is that maybe, like I said, the world's changing? I don't know. I'm just gonna have to figure out how to cut my own fucking hair. My broad knows how to cut hair. I'll just make her do it. Yeah. Steve, almost the same reason I haven't cut my hair in a year. It's like, what? Exactly. And it's like, I come from a combat sports background. Having long hair is like the gayest thing you can do. If you're getting a fight with somebody, let them grab your hair. See how well that goes for you, because it's not good. They grab a handful of your hair, it sucks. So I don't know. It's just I'll figure something out. Rob, nature's slowly taking care of the haircut problem for me. Yeah, maybe that. Maybe I'll get there. Maybe I'll be an Allen soon. See, Allen went bald, and he thinks everybody goes bald now. In his mind, he's like, "Wait, you're coming." I swear to God, everybody. And I'm like, I don't know. Do I see people 70 years old get fucking hair like Fonzie? You know,
yeah, man. Yeah, male pattern baldness doesn't hit everybody. I mean, it hit me really fucking young, but it's. I mean, I don't think I've had hair for the fucking last 25 years.
It's got to be liberating.
It's all right. You can wash your head while you're washing your face. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So bar soap, just
done.
In the town.
Done. Yeah.
I don't have to worry about it. I never thought I was never, I always kept it to a short where I didn't have to do anything. Now I have to like do something, or it's just like I look like Chris Farley when he, pulled his fucking hair out. This is the longest it's been forever, but we're gonna see what. I'll go ahead and I'll do mine first.
Yeah, go for it, man.
I got about 8 titles here from Hamilton Book. Tony said he's got about 8 or 10. It's a monster haul for Tony. I picked this up for my girl, actually. I saw the trailer. I had it in my cart. I saw the trailer. This is exactly her kind of thing, like late 70s, early 80s. It's Armand Assante and I, the Jury. You seen this one, Tony?
No, I don't know that one.
It's he's like a rough and tumble like detective. He's banging all the broads. He's fighting crime, that kind of thing.
Right.
And I think it's an out of print Kino. I'm not sure, but I got it from Hamilton for $4.95. These 8 titles were about $50 shipped. But if you watch a trailer, it's him doing all kind of wild shit, and it's her type of fucking movie. It's some shitty like late 70s, early 80s action, ladies' man cop type movie. It sees all the broads around him and stuff. But $4.95. I'm sure.
You can't go wrong for that kind of money, can you?
The trailer looks pretty decent, but the second I saw the trailer, I was like, this is her kind of trash. This is a documentary that I really liked, and it was again $4.95, something in the neighborhood, but it's a documentary on killer whales. It's called Blackfish.
Cool.
Well, it's not exactly on killer whales. It's a documentary more about like the aquatic entertainment business, like SeaWorld and things like that.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
So what it is I have this weird thing with killer whales. I guess I probably shouldn't go into it, but it makes me sound like a crazy person. But I'll tell the story at the end of this. This killer whale, his name's Tilikum, and this killer whale has killed 7 or 8 people, something like that.
Right.
And it's been resold all over the world. They keep selling it to different places, so you should check that out. Blackfish. I think
it's cool.
It's a pretty good documentary. I love seeing people get killed by wild animals too, so that's part of it. And it's just like you signed up to get killed by this thing. To be honest, you signed up to get killed by this thing the second you became an aquatic trainer. For I guess it's kind of an animal rights movie, not particularly. It's more about the dark side of SeaWorld and some of these things. But I was in Alaska during COVID, and I was in a place called Whittier, Alaska, and I took the Lazy Otter cruise there.
Right.
And they don't guarantee that you're going to see killer whales. You're going to see some sort of fancy birds and things that are only up there. You're going to see the glacier, but we saw a big pot of killer whales. And killer whales, when they see a big boat, they go up and they look at it. Killer whales they've done things like they've sunk sailboats and they do weird shit. They're a weird animal. Orca, check out the movie Orca.
Yeah.
So we're on the boat, and everybody's, of course, they're looking through their phone. They're taking, and I'm just standing right at the edge of the boat, and the bull breaches his head right up out of the water. And he turns like this. He must have been 10 feet off the boat. Rolls his big eye like a fist right past the boat. And everybody's asking like, what? And he's got like his mouth like half open. There's like chunks of blubber and stuff in his mouth.
Right.
And it's huge. It's the bull. That fin was like 7 feet out of the fucking water. Anyway, I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, that's a sea monster. That was the only thought that I had in my head. I was like, this is not a cute little. We shouldn't be like associating with these things. That is a monster.
Yeah.
We're just lucky that there's so many seals out there. They don't bother with people. Anyway, the guide said, well, they do that every once in a while. It's kind of rare. They do that every once in a while because seals will run and jump on boats and stuff. And they're looking to see if there's any seals on the boat. And then if there are, they'll just wait under the boat for the seal to eventually jump in the water and eat the seal. And I'm just going, the whole thing was kind of off-putting and weird. And ever since then, I was like, we should just kill these things. I feel this way. I feel the same way about whales, killer whales, as I do as people that hate guns. Like, why do you need that? And I go, why do we need killer whales? Let's just end those things before they start eating people. And people go, well, there's never been a recorded case of a killer whale eating people. There'd be nothing left. How would you know? There's 8 of them, and they would just rip the body apart, and it's done. So, Blackfish. This next one, I never heard about it. I just know it's blaxploitation. It'll go on my blaxploitation pile. Johnny would probably love this. It's called Trouble Man. Again,
cool. I've not heard of that one either. No.
One cat who plays like an army. Okay. Whatever it is, it's. I saw the trailer for it. It's definitely the cheesy blaxploitation. Since 1972. It'll go in there with a cold as ice and hard as steel and dressed to thrill. He's a private investigator.
Yeah, as they always are. They're normally good fun though, those kind of films.
It's always like unintentional comedy. This is an anthology movie. I don't know anything about it. It just kind of looked interesting on. It's 4 anthology movies. It's called XX. Don't know anything about it. It's a magnet.
No, I don't know that one either.
A lot of magnet titles on Hamilton book.
Right.
But like I said, it's 4 different stories. Don't know anything else. There's somebody in the chat has seen it, and it's terrible, but it looked interesting enough. $4.95 to throw in.
Yeah.
This next one's a Takashi Miike movie. I heard it's really, really good. It's called 13 Assassins.
Oh, I know that film. Yeah.
I've heard it's very good. It's I've been on kind of a B-side of the lower end Takashi Miike movie kick. I've been watching some of his other stuff because I love Audition, and I wanted to see some of these others, and they're very cheap to get. He made a lot of movies in Japan.
Yeah.
A lot of them were shitty, and I'm just kind of trying to find some of these lesser known gems. But I hear really good things about this one. His other movie, Blade of the Immortal, was pretty good.
But yeah.
So I assume this is probably going to be similar. I don't know, but looked good enough.
Like I said, I do know of the film. I have heard of it.
Let's see. The next one here, I've got about this one and 2 more. I just saw the cover and watched a little of the trailer and went, all right, I'm gonna take that. Again, it was like $4.95. It's Liev Schreiber, The Last Days on Mars. It's like a sci-fi horror, looks like. I don't know what the threat is. I didn't want to watch too much of a trailer. It's a magnet title, but for $4.95, of course, it's not going to focus on any of the stuff in there, but it looks pretty interesting. Hard R. Never heard anything about it, but
no, I've not.
Take a good shot at it for $5 or whatever it was.
Yeah, and again, those magnet films normally you can't really go wrong with them. You know what I mean? They're normally like 95 minutes long. You know what I mean? They normally get to the point quite quick.
Yeah, there was 2 of them from the last 2 hauls, 1 in each, that I didn't like at all. But they had the slip with them, and of course I reach out to Tony, UK or regular Tony, and say, hey, do you have these in the collection? Because if they have a slip on them and he doesn't have them in the collection, he wants them. And he's like, no, I don't have those. What do you want for them? I said, I'll just send them to you. So I just sent them to him. And so it would be no different with this. Or if I thought somebody might like it, I'd give it to them if it's not any good. But for $5, it's not the end of the world. And like I said, if Tony doesn't have this with a slip, believe me when I tell you, he would want it.
Yeah.
He'd like to have every movie with a slip in the collection. This next one, I still haven't seen. I swear I've seen clips from it. But it looked really good. I've heard really good things about it. It's an apocalyptic movie, kind of a lower end, minimalist approach from what I understand, but it's a movie called Monsters.
I really, really like it. I saw that at cinema when it first came out. There is a sequel to it as well. The sequel isn't particularly that good, but that's a really good film. It's basically a road story. So they're trying to travel from A to B. Obviously, there's been an apocalyptic event, and he is a reporter, and he's stuck in Mexico, and he's trying to get back into the US. But the US is on lockdown because of this particular thing that's happened. And it shows you the sort of underhanded tactic that he's going to try and use to get back into the US, but it takes him through the middle of the disaster zone. It's actually it's really, really good. I always enjoyed it. Always really liked it. It never had a rave review. People did work batshit about it, but for some reason for me, I was always well into it.
This is I can't think of this guy's name, this actor, but you would know him. He's in a lot of stuff. Killing Them Softly.
Yeah, he's been in a lot. Yeah, it's a good film. It's shot well. Once you get your head around the premise of what's going on, it sort of opens the film up bigger. It's good. It's good. I've always enjoyed it.
It's $4 or $5, whatever it was. It was worth it.
Yeah.
This is the last one on my pile. This is the one I went to get. And so Alan, I had done an order from Hamilton. I showed Alan what I got, and I recommended a couple. You know, I said I don't know about this, but you know these two I think you'd like, whatever. And he put an order together. He sent me what he got, and at the top of his list was this movie, and I went, motherfucker, I've wanted that movie forever, and it just hit Hamilton book like a day or so after I placed my order. So now I have to go back in, and that started this whole order. And it's I think it's 2013's The Hunter, Willem Dafoe. This is funny though. The Best Buy sticker, 1999. I paid $4.95 for it from Hamilton book. But
it's the way to do it.
This is a movie about Willem Dafoe is a professional hunter, and he's hired by some sheik or whatever in Qatar. I don't remember exactly who it is. Somebody who's like crazy money hires him to go and get the pelt of this thought to be extinct species of. It's like a dog mixed with a tiger. It was a real thing. It was a real animal, and I don't remember what the fuck it was called, but he's tasked to go hunt it and get the pelt, and you'll get rewarded handsomely for. And it's in like Tanzania or like Tasmania,
right?
Yeah, Tasmania, the Tasmanian Devils. That's the guy who uses to, you know, he's like, oh, I'm researching devils, you know, and blah blah blah. And the locals hate him. He has these conflicts with them, and it's a good movie. It's a good story. But I've been wanting this one for a while, and like I said, $4. And it's Magnolia, which is the sister company of Magnet. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So I think this fucker's cracked. I don't know what that is. A slash maybe? I don't know. But anyway, it's like across the corner there. But yeah, for this whole, I wonder if it's the case or what's going on. But yeah, for whatever this was, $4 or $5. That's a good one.
Yeah, for like I said, for that kind of money, you know what I mean. It's again, it's not one I've heard of. It's not a Dafoe film I've heard of.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe, you can't really go wrong.
No,
is pretty good stuff, and it's crazy that he's having it's like his career seems to be accelerating, not slowing down. Like
slowing down. Yeah,
he's an old man, but it seems like he's in a movie every week.
Yeah.
I'm sure this is riveting for the chat, but I've got to open this now. It looked broken to me.
Well, just the case.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the case. It kind of looked like it had a slash on it. I don't know, but the chat's the view count is just going to 0. So 50 people in before there's 8 now. No, it's not broken. It just looked like it, but that was my last one here. Let's catch up with the chat, and we'll see what trash Tony's been getting in.
Oh, did you know?
Just call it an educated guess. All right. Barber Rant stuff. Wild Wrangler Orca, 1979, great movie. It's getting a 4K. Somebody, Studio Canal, I think.
Right.
The movie should look pretty good in 4K. I've always liked that. A little bit better than Jaws. I'll tell Alan. How could it not be better than Jaws? Jaws is a mindless killing machine. The orca is evil and ruthless and relentless. Well, he's getting revenge. The orca's getting revenge on this man. He like blows up half the town and shit. I mean, it's a whole thing. I have more fun with orca. Let's put it that way. Goalie saying I sat on Shamu at SeaWorld when I was 5 in the mid-90s. They stopped that a while back. I wonder why.
Yeah, fucking eating kids.
The fucking thing is like it was drowning people or jumping on people. It wasn't biting anybody. It would like grab their leg and then just take them underwater and just wait for them to die. It was like really creepy. And the fact that they were able to sell the thing over and over again, it's ridiculous. But it's a good documentary. Wrangler Scene XX, all female director saw it once, don't remember it. Not a good sign. You don't always win all these. What's going on, Caveman?
Hey, Caveman. How's it going, dude? You all right?
Holland, what's going on?
Holland.
Wrangler, seen The Last Days on Mars, watched it once, need to rewatch it. Yeah, looks pretty good to me.
Yeah, I'm always up for something like that.
Monsters, I'm hearing nothing but good things about it, and like I said, watch a little of the trailer clips.
It's enjoyable, man. I mean, don't expect anything fast paced or action driven or anything like that. It's quite methodical how it paces itself, and I wouldn't even say it's a slow burn. You don't really get anything at the end, but the way the story pans out and the way it sort of like plots itself, it's really, really good.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I know Alan picked it up too. Wild Wrangler, Monsters director did Godzilla 2014. Yep. I still like that one.
Yeah, so do I.
Did you pick up the? So there's some kind of like crazy edition of. It's not Criterion doing it. The new -1. I know you're a big fan of it.
Yes.
There's some kind of like monster edition of that. It's a digipack with like 5 discs. I don't.
Yeah, do you know what? There's no release date for the UK edition of it yet. In any kind of format, DVD, 4K, Blu-ray, it just doesn't seem to be coming out here anytime soon, which I find a bit bizarre because it did really well at cinemas here, like really well.
I did well here. People loved it. I was not one of those people.
I thought it was probably one of the best things I've seen in 5 years. It was amazingly good, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Considering it was done on such a short budget, you know what I mean?
It couldn't be further apart. I thought it was the worst thing I've ever seen. Like I couldn't get that character bothered me so much. The kamikaze pilot that turned the plane around.
Shit's out. Yeah.
And then maybe 10 minutes later, he has an opportunity to save everybody again. He fucks it up.
Yeah,
again.
he doesn't. Yeah, he just fucks
again. You know, it's just like then the whole movie he's crying. And he's like, "My war's not over." Like, your war's not over, bitch. You didn't go. You didn't start.
You didn't do what you was told to do.
I get the story, how it works out, but I mean, this was Japan in the early 1900s. They were still very much that warrior culture, and they would have cut his fucking head off the second he turned around that plane. They would have hung him in public with his entrails out. You know, it wouldn't have been like, oh yeah, you want to come back and just work, and we'll forget it. We'll just let it go. You know, they would have branded his face a coward. You know, I don't know. It took me out of it. And I didn't think the Godzilla effects looked particularly good either, but it is that old school style.
Yes,
where it's meant
man in a suit,
and it's meant to look like a man in a suit, like when he's in the ocean. And they're just kind of like wrapping him up forever, and he's just kind of doing this. It is a throwback to the old. If you're like the old stuff, I could see why people like that.
It uses all the original music from the Toho stuff. It's good. Like I said, I saw it on one of the largest screens that we've got round here at a Cineworld cinema on an IMAX, and it was unreal. how good it looks on that. So I would imagine that the 4K of it when it drops is going to look pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know about that either. I watched it in the theater and I thought it looked like shit to me. But
Right.
again, it's just I like the 2014 one. I'm that guy. I like I think if you're gonna do a CG Godzilla, do it from the ground and do it far away. That way you can cover some of the CG and stuff because like it's CG Godzilla in -1, but it's very close and it's up. It's faces and you can see those lifeless digital eyes. I like that ground up approach to keep it in the back, kind of like what they did with Cloverfield, where it's like it's obviously going to be CG, but it's far enough away and you don't get a great look at it, and it's kind of just leave that stuff in the darkness to cover it. Because I like practical as much as anybody. I like CG if it's done well, but it's hard to do it well.
Yeah, it is. I mean, there's been a couple of like monster films over the years like that have done it well, and one of them works in the opposite ways. Have you seen the Korean film The Host?
Yeah, I like The Host. Yeah,
The Host is great, but the reason they get around it is the creature is so fast moving.
Yeah,
it constantly looks blurred. You can't really see it.
In the water,
and
it's in the water a lot too.
Yeah. I thought that worked really well. It's a great film.
Yeah, it is a really good Korean film. I watched the movie recently. It'll be in my last 5, but I took the fucking Blu-ray out and put the DVD in. That's how bad the CG was. I was like,
right, try to tone it down.
Tone it down because it just didn't show well to me anyway. But that's the good thing about like old VHS and stuff is they knew that you couldn't see it. So if there's a zipper on the fucking back of the thing, it doesn't matter because you're not.
Camera was never going to pick it up.
Extreme featurette. What's going on? Monsters as a romance under the guise of a sci-fi. Still enjoyed it. Okay.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't even look at it. There is the romance element, definitely. I wouldn't even look at it as a sci-fi element. I always looked at the film as being like a real-time road film. They're trying to get from one place to another place, and things happen along the way. That's how I've always seen it, and it plays out like that. There is a bit of a romance theme to it as well as it starts sort of building up the story. The sci-fi element in it, it's very, very, very minimal.
Yeah, it's
really minimal.
It's a minimalist approach from everything I've heard. It's it's after the event. It's it's not which is good. Like I said, there was a sci-fi movie I wanted to mention. I can't remember. The Untamed. That's I've said it probably 50 times, but that is the best CG I've ever seen in my life. And it's smart the way that it's a Mexican movie. And they keep the creature indoors and they keep it in a dim lit barn, and it really helped. And they add slime and things like that to make it look more realistic. And they don't have it doing a whole bunch either. That's another thing. Keep it from trying to, less is more. Keep the monster off camera sometimes.
Yeah,
the Tasmanian tiger he's after in Hunter. Sydney loved it. Yeah, 3.5 out of 5. Yeah, I was really surprised by it. Oh, cool. Hunter's on Hulu. Definitely fly before you pay money for it. All right. XD, why am I watching this guy open cases? I want a refund. Yeah. Unsubscribe to my Patreon and OnlyFans. While Wrangler liked Godzilla -1. That scene looks like Jaws behind the boat. Yeah, there's
there's loads of nods to different films. That's definitely a nod to Jaws.
I'm not a big. I mean, I may have seen one of the old Godzilla movies. It's not my thing. I saw the Matthew Broderick one, and I saw 2014, and I just really liked what they did there. But again,
the 14 is quite dark and a bit slow paced. It's story driven. It's not really about Godzilla.
It's about it's a disaster movie, really.
At
the end of the day, it's like the creature doesn't even give a fuck about the people. That's not what he's interested in. He's interested in his own what he's after, and I thought that was a nice way of looking at it. a nice way of doing it. But again, not a lot of people like that one either. I don't think. Force of Nature, Host was great. You know,
Yeah,
I
Host
keep
was
hearing Barbarian's finally going to come out on physical media 2.5 years later or whatever.
Yeah.
Did you see Barbarian?
No, I don't think I ever got around to watching it. It's
weird.
Loads of people said it's probably one that I would like. That it's probably
weird enough that you would like it.
Yeah, that it's more in my wheelhouse than most modern horrors.
Yeah.
So I do need to get around to watching it. But
I'm sure you watch Longlegs too.
Longlegs will be the one that my daughter and her fellow went watching it last weekend at cinema here, and they really enjoyed it. So, but the other one for me, it's the other Nicolas Cage film that's Arcadian is the one for me really, because again it's a monster flick.
It's on Shudder, I believe, actually now. Longlegs, I don't think you will like at all. It's very slow and grounded, and it's not. I don't think you will like it at all. Personally, I liked it, but I don't see you getting into it.
Yeah. It's the one thing that my daughter come out of it was that it was weird, like awkwardly weird. His character is so fucking batshit.
Yeah.
That it's making you fucking itch, really. And he said he portrays the character fantastically.
Well, mental illness is always going to be scary because they're so unpredictable, and he's definitely that. So I mean, like I said, I wouldn't spoil it for anybody, but I wouldn't rush out and see it. It's going to be on physical media in September. You'll have plenty of ways to watch it. But it's not like it's very, very slow, and there's not a lot of meat on the bone. I still liked it. I just don't think that the grounded reality-based stuff. I know you're not a big fan of. So if you're gonna if you only got so many movie theater experiences in you for the year, that wouldn't be one.
Yeah, I mean, we're quite lucky. Our cinema closed down, but and about 12 months ago. But there's a new company just bought the building and just reopened it. Done a £3.5 million refurb on it, and we went last Monday to check it out, and it's really good. So it'll be nice to finally be able to go back to cinemas and watch a bit of stuff again.
Well, in that case, you should go and support it.
Yeah.
But like I said, just be warned that there's a lot of hype behind it. And the trailer is a good trailer. And I think it's a realistic trailer, but it's all the high points. There's just not a lot of, it's a lot more of a story, understanding the story, and not so much for like horror fans to chew on. It's a lot more story based, but I still liked it. And we're probably going to do a stream on it tomorrow. Cool. Spoiler filled, but we'll see what happens there.
Cool. Right. So I've not done any haul videos in quite a while, and I've been sat on absolutely shitloads of stuff. But I thought I'd just narrow it down to some of the more stuff that people might understand or want to see, because everybody knows me. I collect all kinds of weird shit. So the first one was these films in the UK were never that prominent. Now I remember them as a kid being shown on TV, but it never really had the hype that it did in the States, that it still has in the States, really. And trying to find these films on DVD in the UK is really, really difficult. And when you do find them, they're really expensive. So when I found this Region 1 triple box set, triple film set, pop up on, I think it was either eBay or Vinted the other day, I had to grab it, and I got it for next to nothing. I think I give £3 for it, and it's 3 of the Ernest films. So Ernest Goes Camp, Ernest Goes Stupid, and Ernest Goes to Jail. I know Ernest Goes to Jail isn't the best one, but Camp and Scourge Stupid are like really, really good. July Goes to Jail.
I like that one with the alternative version of Ernest. That's this, the cool guy, and the glass. But Era's Scared Stupid is like obviously the big favorite.
It's the big one. Yeah, like saying Go to Camp was always one that was shown over here as well. I don't know why. You know what I mean? Camp isn't really a thing in the UK. Well, it's not a thing in the UK. But yeah, so it was nice to see them because like individually to find them on DVD now, you don't come across them. And like secondhand, they're going between like £10 and £15 each secondhand.
Yeah, they're out of print over here too. It's kind of amazing that they're not more readily available because Jim Varney is like the Paul Hogan of Australia. It's like that's our Paul Hogan. That man's a national treasure. You'll talk shit about Jim Varney.
Yeah. So it was cool. I found them dead cheap, so I had to grab them. And then hold on a minute, I'll have to grab this big stack.
It's a huge one, Tony. Tony is we're very similar in the frugality department, but Tony is like Jedi level patient. He will wait and wait until these things are $1 a piece and get
fucking them. Fucking right. Well, it's called being a tight ass in the UK. So a couple of weeks back, myself and Dave went to if you guys have heard of Vice Press, UK based company who do alternative movie art. And it's quite a big movement in the UK, the whole alternative movie poster scene. And Vice Press are the leading guys in the UK, and they've got out into the US now, and they've got out into Australia, and they've been releasing. They've just done a Suspiria release of a VHS tape that was really cool, and they just did Evil Dead 2 that was smart as well as. But they put these once a year. I think this was the second one they did. They put these open house events on where they invite probably around 30 artists. And this is all licensed work. This is all through the actual studios where they get the licenses from. And they'll do different pieces for different... there's a lot of it pop culture film that they do. So you'll find a lot of sort of like Jurassic Park and that kind of stuff. But the artists that are doing it are fabulous. No, I'm quite lucky that Dave, the new partner in crime on this channel, he's one of those artists. That's how he makes his living. He's a comic book artist. He works for John Carpenter, but he also does alternative movie posters. And it was in Sheffield, so me and him went up to Sheffield for the weekend, met some other artists that he knew up there. We had a few beers, something to eat. We had a mooch around this gallery, and it was really good. But in the gallery, there wasn't only artwork, there was people selling other things, and Arrow Video were there. And I went knowing that Arrow was going to be there. And the second, obviously, there's quite a large queue to get in the place. And the first thing people are doing are getting to artist tables because they might only have 5 prints or something, and everybody wants to be the first to get that particular print. And what did I do? No, I run straight to Arrow Video's table and moided the woman who was on there to death. To the fact that she said, listen, for £45 you can take what you fucking want. So I ended up getting 9 titles for 45 quid. So her exact words were,
after 15 minutes the lady's just like, sir, what number do you want to get to? What number will get this to end? 45.
45.
Get out of
here. Take them. So she said, listen, at the end of the day, I don't want to take any of this shit home with me. What are you prepared to offer? And I said, so there's 9 titles. I'll give you £45. She went, I'll even throw you a bag in for that. You know what I mean? So I ended up getting an Arrow Video tote bag and 9 titles. So I went a bit backwards with these, and there's a reason that I went a bit backwards with these. So we picked up a copy of The Thing for Dave. Dave didn't have a copy of The Thing, so we grabbed him a copy of that. I grabbed, because I didn't have them.
It's kind of amazing that he doesn't have a copy of The Thing. He's a huge Carpenter guy.
Yeah, considering he works for the guy as well. It's like, so I picked up a copy of Beyond Reanimator,
right on,
and a copy of Naked Lunch.
Yeah, you can keep that one. That was
just
crazy.
Yeah, I love Naked Lunch. So I got they were the 3 big titles. So the rest of them are pretty much, they're all blind buys, and you know me, I don't blind buy, but I blind bought these for a reason, right? I'm gonna flip these, so because I paid £5 each for them, right? And I couldn't leave them on the table. I and everything else on the table I virtually I had. You know what I mean? So I picked up Vengeance Is Mine and All Others Pay Cash.
I don't know that one. I've never even seen it.
It's a modern film with looks. Reading on it, 2021. It showed at some film festival. It's an Asian film with looks. And again, these aren't my force here. These aren't the film, but at £5 each, you know what I mean? It's this one seemed interesting. People seem to have decent things to say about it, but I've never seen it. The Stylist.
Yeah, I like that movie.
Yeah,
modern American movie, kind of like a female maniac almost.
Yeah, she's scalping women and wearing the hair as wigs. It seems to be. It's absolutely fucking loaded with special features as well.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
American Frenchman.
Yeah, I don't know that. I'm not familiar with that one.
Yeah, again, it's just what I grabbed. It's a documentary from the end of the 50s, celebrated French documentarian whose lens captured the likes of Brigitte Bardot. Spends 18 months traveling around the United States filming it. So, you know what I mean? That is what it is. And then I picked up Jesus Shows Us the Highway.
you man, you should watch that. You might like that. I'm telling you, it is the most bizarre movie I think I've ever seen in my life. I don't understand it at all.
Some guy dressed as like the 60s Batman in the middle for some bizarre reason.
Yes. You know what I mean? It's an Ethiopian movie. I've seen it. I sent one to Johnny and I sent one to Steve. I had 2 copies of it.
Yeah,
and I sent them both away. But it's not because the movie's not, you know, it's so bizarre. Like I honestly think you would like it. It's so crazy.
Yeah, well, it's set in the future, and it's set in 2035. So it's like
you might understand it, you know, too. Like it has these references to things that I'm not familiar with. So, like I said, I would watch that one for you, and you're not going to be able to flip it for much because it's only worth about probably $5.
Yeah. Lake Michigan Monster with the slip and booklet.
I picked that up too. I haven't seen it. I think Colin's seen it. He wasn't a fan, but I want to check that out.
Yeah, from what I can gather, and the more I look into it, it looks a bit SOV.
Yeah.
From 2019, it won an award at Fantasia Film Festival, Best International Feature. So yeah, it may be fun. I'm not the biggest fan of SOV, but it's but I may have a look at it. And this is the one that really caught my attention, and I like the looks of it on the trailer. I don't really know many people that have talked about it, but The Sacred Spirit.
I've actually heard good things about that. I haven't seen it.
Yeah. I mean, I'd heard decent things. The trailer looks cool. There's 2 or 3 discs in here. You know what I mean? It's got decent content on it. It says beware of false gods. So you know what I mean? It looks interesting. It does look interesting. There's obviously plenty of weight in it. There's booklets in it and all kinds. It's the heaviest thing I've ever picked up, single disc like that. It's so, like I say, all those for 45. Because initially, Naked Lunch and Beyond Reanimator were up for 10 each. She wanted £10 each for them. Like I said, I think The Thing was on for 10 as well. But then, like I said, I offered her 45 for the lot, and she went, basically, you're a cheeky bastard, but I don't want to take any of this shit home with me, so just take it. So yeah. So I got a massive stack of Arrow Video.
Well, I mean, the cases alone are worth £2.
Yeah, that's it. You know what I mean? There's
you know, £2.
There's 3 of them with slips.
Yeah, even if you watch them and don't like them, you'll be able to get your money back, and you could take them over to fucking HMV and probably trade them in for close to that.
Yeah, I'd be able to. There's a couple of places in town where I could trade them. You know what I mean? So I mean, The Stylist I was interested in. The Sacred Spirit I was definitely interested in. Obviously, Naked Lunch and Beyond Reanimator are 2 that I wanted to put in the collection anyway. And the rest of them I just grabbed them because they worked out like pennies. Really, they were for nothing. So
does the shutter work over there yet, or is it still not?
Yeah. Shutter works fine.
I would check, there and before you open them, like the Stylist. I think it's on Shutter, but I think you'll dig it. It's very slow, but at the same time, the effects are good, and it's an interesting. It's a good one to watch with the wife, even if she doesn't like horror. I that's one thing I think a lot of it's a female director. It's all female cast, female director. I think it's shot in Kansas City, if I remember correctly.
Right. I have 2 more than I've done, mate. So
you get another 2.
Yeah. That's it.
People aren't. This is a monster haul for Tony. Tony does not buy like
I don't.
It doesn't happen that way.
No. I am the one that's chasing down good prices all the time. I'm the one that buys second hand constantly. But these 2 I picked up really reasonable through Vinted, through a seller on Vinted. I think I paid £8 including postage for both films, and I got the network release of The Monster Club, which was one to put in my network collection.
Vincent Price and Carradine and Donald Pleasance.
Yeah, Donald Pleasance. It's a bizarre British film off the sort of like. It feels hammerish, but it isn't. And all the music in it was bizarrely done by UB40 and Madness. Why I don't know, but it's called The Monster Club, but it's about vampires. Vincent Price is a vampire, and one particular guy he's a bit down on his luck, and Vincent Price invites him along to this club, and it turns out to be the Monster Club, and everybody in there are vampires. So that's quite cool, but it's sort of like dead light-hearted, and it's not a horror film really, but it's a decent film. And then the other one, you guys probably own this from maybe Code Red or Scorpion. I can't think who put this out in the US. It was one of them, or it might have been Kino. I bought a vampire motorcycle.
Yep,
Kino. This is a brilliant little British horror film from 1990. Neil Morrissey is really good in it. Anthony Daniels, who plays C-3PO in Star Wars. Michael Elphick, he was a British TV actor. He did some early film stuff, but everybody knows him from like shows like Boone on British TV. And Neil Morrissey buys a motorbike that is possessed by a demon that feeds on blood. So it's a good flick. If you've never seen it, it's like British horror comedy done quite well.
How does that compare to Werewolves on Wheels?
Do you know what? I know the film you're talking about. I don't know if I've seen it or not.
I bought them both at the same time, and I remember like this has to be a good double feature.
Yeah, I do know the one you're talking about.
It's a werewolf motorcycle gang or something.
Gang. Yeah. That was a Kino release, wasn't it?
Yeah. Same thing.
Yeah. But no, if you've never seen I Bought a Vampire Motorcycle, then it's definitely worth checking out. You know what I mean? It's a bit slack. The opening scene is actually really, really good in it. You know what I mean? How you see the motorbike become possessed, it's shit up.
I wonder how the new motorcycle movie with it's a Jeff Nichols movie, and it's got the dude from Fury Road, Tom Hardy.
Oh, Tom Hardy. Oh, right, yeah. I've seen it advertised. Yeah, it doesn't really look like my cup of tea.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a pretty solid. I just wonder if it, anybody's actually seen it and if it's any good.
Yeah.
Or not. The Schwinn Boys or the Bike Riders or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Ray was asking if you've seen Boots on the Ground, 2017 found footage. I have not seen that.
No.
I'm not familiar with that at all.
No, I'm not familiar with that one.
Boots on the Ground. I saw Prisoners of a Ghostland. I did not care for it.
No, it's right up my street.
It's crazy as hell. Yeah. Yep. That's why I think
weird, weird release. I don't know what the release is like in the US, but it got released over here. Like it looks like a boutique kind of release, but it's not. It's just like Dead Cheap Studio that put it out. But
I think he just used all the artwork, but that's why I think you might like that weird movie with Batman on the cover and everything.
Okay, yeah. Jesus Shows the Highway.
Well, like Jesus Goes the Highway it's an espionage movie, and it involves time travel and like a Matrix-like world. It's very, very weird, and it's Ethiopian, so they made it for $8. So it just I would check it out. Hagen, what's going on, man?
Hagen, man.
Yep, that's the rumor. Goes to Camp is my favorite Ernest film. Can't go wrong with any Ernest film. I like Goes to Jail. I like it less. Noam Wrangler likes it. Now, let's see. Sean, what's going on, man?
Hello, man.
Wrangler, seen City of the Dead, 1960. No zombies. I've not seen that. I don't think I've heard of it.
City of the Dead. I've got City of the Living Dead. Arrow put that out.
City of the Dead, 1960. Oh, not City of the Living Dead.
No, City of the Dead. Yeah. Shit, who did put that? I'm sure. Maybe Arrow Academy. There's definitely had a release over here from somewhere.
So Wild Wrangler's saying 20th Century Fox is putting out. So Disney's putting out Barbarian finally.
Barbarian.
I don't know. There's like a kind of a date rape element in it. I don't know. Maybe that's what's been holding it up. I'm not sure because all the the news with the Weinsteins. I have no idea why that's not out. But I would assume maybe it's the director doesn't want to do the commentary. He just seemed like a piece of shit. I don't know. But everything else has got a Blu-ray at a minimum. I'm shocked that wasn't out. It was pretty popular. Wrangler, I brought up Naked Lunch at work. People looked at me funny. They didn't know anything. Yeah, you're lucky they didn't know anything about it. You'd probably be out of a job.
I remember catching it on TV for the first time, and I think it had been on like 15, 20 minutes when I started watching it, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And it was on the BBC at the time, so there was no ad break, so I didn't know what the hell was going on or what it was called. I just remember watching this film for ages and ages and ages, and then for a while afterwards, I had no idea, and I just got chatting with somebody about it, and they went, oh yeah, you watched Naked Lunch. I was like, right, okay, I know.
Yeah, I still don't know. I've seen it once. I still don't know what it's about. And he's not a detective. He's a writer, if I remember correctly.
He's a writer that's massively into drugs.
Yeah, his typewriter is alive, and there's like some sort of lizard. If I remember
there's like a cockroach that talks to him, and
you see what I mean here? it's Cronenberg. He's got another movie coming out. I don't know what it is, but his daughter's got movies coming out. His son's got movies coming out. His son's really good. Possessor, if you haven't seen that, that's crazy good.
Yeah.
Sydney's saying, question, what's the best and worst zombie movies?
Oh, the worst ones for me, Children of the Dead, terrible film. Zombie Nosh, as it's called over here, awful film. That's the guy who was in the original Night of the Living Dead, the zombie from the beginning of that. That's the film that he made. I can't think what it's called in the US, but over here for some reason it's called Zombie Nosh. Best ones, The Beyond. I like The Beyond. Obviously the original Dead trilogy you can't go wrong with. The Zack Snyder remake of Dawn of the Dead is actually really good. Probably one of the better films that he's done. City of the Living Dead's pretty cool. What else have I got up there? It's Zombie Creeping Flesh is okay if you like a bit slapstick and stupid. One of my favourites is Toxic Zombie. which was a banned film in the UK. That's really, really good. Christ, there's loads. There's an Australian film called Undead. If you've never seen that one, that's really, really good. It has a bit of a different take. So the zombies, but they're infested with an alien parasite. That one's really good. As a genre, subgenre, the list is endless of good and bad zombie movies. It's
Jess Franco's made some really shitty zombie movies, like Orgy of the Living Dead. I mean, there's a few that are really bad. Tombs of the Blind Dead, I hated. That's Synapse release. I did not like Tombs of the Blind Dead at all.
Yeah, see, I like all four films, but I never looked at them as zombie films. Really, the weird Knights Templar monk kind of things. I don't mind the films, and they're very typically Spanish. You know what I mean?
Slow.
It's quite hard, but yeah, it's very slow, very pacey. You know what I mean? Just plods. What other ones have you got? There's like I say, it's one of those subgenres that just goes and goes and goes. Cockneys versus Zombies, if you've never seen that, a British Cockney gangster film set during a zombie apocalypse. That's quite funny.
A French zombie movie I recommended to you that Alan recommended to me. I can't think of what the hell it's called. Now, that's pretty good. That's right up your alley. As far as the best go, the movie I was talking about is The Horde from 2009.
Oh, right. Yeah. I remember you mentioning that to me.
I think you should check that out. But Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead, to me, is by far the best zombie movie. It's very, very good, wildly entertaining. And it's another one of those movies where if it wasn't called Dawn of the Dead, I think people would like it more. But they just hate the fact that it's a remake. They hate that the idea that it could be better than their beloved Dawn of the Dead. Oh my God, that's like I get excited for that kind of stuff. Like if I like all sorts of movies. I don't know. I'm like American Psycho is one of my all-time favorites. It's in my top 5 permanently. There's a remake coming out of it. Now, it could be good, could be bad. It's probably not going to be very good. I don't know how it could be good, but I'm going to see it. And if it was better, I would be excited that it was better. I wouldn't be going, oh my God, my childhood is ruined.
Yeah.
Because the movie that they made a better movie. I don't know. I don't get that, but I like
that's
Battery a lot. It's an independent zombie movie. I like that movie.
I don't think I know that one.
Battery, it's an Arrow video release. Well, it's in an Arrow video release of a movie called After Midnight. The limited edition includes the Battery.
Right.
It's also a Scream Factory. It's pretty good. I like what's the name of that fucking movie? The town in Maine that everyone's dead. Potter's Bluff, Maine. I can't remember the name of the movie.
Thinking taking it wrong.
Blue Underground release. Boy, I can't think of what the hell it's called for the life of me.
I think it's a really good remake as well, and probably, I mean, again, it might be a bit sacrilegious, but Tom Savini's 1990 remake of Night of the Living Dead.
Good.
It's really good
zombie movie.
Really good. Tony Todd's great in it.
Tony Todd's incredible, and I don't know why. Tom Towles is awesome in it.
Yeah,
I don't know why that movie gets so much hate. I like the original almost as much, but I still think that remake is the better of the two.
Yeah, British zombie films. 28 Days Later. You can't go wrong with 28 Days Later. That blew my mind when I first saw that.
28 Weeks too is good.
28 Weeks is good.
There's a sequel coming with
the 28 years.
28 years, same director, same actors.
Yeah. So that should be good. There's so many.
Dead and Buried is the one I was thinking of.
Dead and Buried.
It's not a traditional zombie movie per se, but I don't know how they couldn't be zombies. You know, they're not alive, but I always like that one.
Yeah, Zombie Holocaust. That's not a bad one.
Pure Hangout says Zombieland, of course. Yeah.
Zombieland's
a good one.
Both Return of the Living Dead Part 2. You can't really go wrong with them.
Pure Hangout. Tony, did you watch that mainstream teen zombie movie, Warm Bodies?
Warm Bodies. I have seen Warm Bodies, yeah, with what's his face, the British actor who played Beast out of X-Men, and he played Renfield in Renfield. Can't think of his bloody name. It's a team zombie movie where he's a zombie, but the power of love starts his heart kicking off again, and it turns him back from a zombie back into a normal human. It's actually a decent watch. It is all right.
Well, naturally.
Yeah. I can't think of his bloody name now.
We obviously didn't mention Zombie 1979.
Yeah.
But I think that goes without saying that Zombie would be near the top of everyone's list.
Yeah,
maybe that's not Zombie Flesh Eaters movie. I mean, it's a very slow movie, but I would think you would still like it.
We showed it at one of our film club events. I might be able to get the poster. I might not be able to get it on camera, but I've got the posters.
Right.
But we showed. So we showed Zombie Flesh Eaters, and we showed The Boneyard. The Boneyard's really good. That's
where are you hanging these posters around town? You putting them at the HMVs and things like that? Or?
Yeah, anywhere and everywhere that'll let us put them up, because they're A2 and they're fucking massive. But HMV are really cool about us putting them up. There's a couple of other media shops in town that let us. The local library lets us put them up. There's a guy who does collectibles, action figures, pop, Funko, that kind of stuff. He lets us put them up.
I got a fucking banner I want to put up in your store. It's huge.
Yeah. Can you put one of those? Apparently, when we sent one down to the library, a member of the club, Lindsay, I gave her the poster and she didn't really realise it was that big, and she handed it to a member of staff and they just started laughing at her.
Yeah, where do you think we're gonna put it?
Like unraveling it, where am I fucking putting this? But yeah, The Boneyard. If you've never seen The Boneyard's cool. If you're in the 88 Films released it over here. It's brilliant. 1988, the film's from.
There's one I'm surprised you haven't mentioned. That would probably be my number 2 on the list. It'd be Dead Heat. That's a classic zombie.
Buddy cop movie. It's brilliant.
Movie. Vincent Price is in it.
Yeah,
it's
great.
Yeah.
Great film.
It's a winner. I mean, these aren't traditional like zombies, but they're undead for sure.
Yeah, they're reanimated, aren't they? Yeah.
Ready saying hey to Derek. Or the Zombieland films. My Boyfriend's Back. I mean, Zombieland, I think, is really good. The second one, you can give that back to the Indians. That was not winner.
Yeah. The other one that I didn't like was The Dead Don't Die.
With Bill Murray. I can't imagine you liking that. Even though it is kind of like British humor, it's very dry humor. It doesn't really work.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. No, considering it's an all-star cast, it just doesn't work.
I guarantee you, most Brits love that. But you're not most Brits.
No, I'm not.
But we've all. I'm sure Shaun of the Dead was mentioned. That's.
Yeah, I mean that's a staple over here. You can turn the TV on any night a week and find Shaun of the Dead on over here.
Is it really? I mean, I imagine it is that prevalent, but it got a lot of praise in probably every country.
It's a great film.
Everybody's saying what's up to Nicholas Hoult was the guy's name.
That's the guy. That's the guy.
Wrangler saying Exit Humanity is a good zombie film from 2011. Exit Humanity.
Don't know that one.
Boneyard, of course.
Boneyard's great.
But yeah, definitely check out Tony's new channel, the same channel. You should be subscribed to it if you're not subscribed to the Wigan Film Cult. Wigan Film Club. I say
that's
Wigan
the one.
Film Cult. Wigan Film Death Cult.
It sounds like we're promoting something else there.
Yeah, yeah.
One of us, one of us, one of us.
I put it in my community tab. You should be able to find it pretty easily. The Wigan Film.
Wigan Cult Film Club.
Cult Film Club.
Yeah,
it's a lot. You can also get the shirts on TeePublic.
TeePublic, yeah. We're over on Facebook, where the Facebook page is doing actually really, really well. It's way better than I thought it was going to do. We've got some really cool people that's joined. Some YouTubers. We've got some magazine writers. We was actually mentioned in a magazine a couple of weeks back. If I can find it. There we go. So this is a quarterly magazine that comes out in the UK called We Belong Dead. And there's a guy that writes articles for this, a guy called Ian. And we met probably 6 months ago, something like that. And then this issue came out last month, I think, or the month before. And I just got a little message off him saying, get a copy of We Belong Dead, issue 40. I've wrote a little article about you. And lo and behold, when you go to it, I get name checked. Danny from the club gets name checked. And the club gets name checked twice. So I was like, right, okay, that's brilliant. So
Yeah.
it was cool. You know what I mean? We've got loads going on. We've just bought some really good lavalier mics, so we can start recording some stuff out and about. Obviously, you won't just see me on this channel now. My co-host Dave will be cropping up in more and more videos as well. He's a real dude. If you've never come across Dave, if you want to check out his artwork, check out Cherry Sheriff, or the art of Cherry Sheriff, or David Kennedy. He is John Carpenter's lead artist on a couple of graphic novels and comics that they do over there. So Tales of Science Fiction, Tales of Halloween, and there's been a couple of those. But Dave's also known for posters as well, and he's got one coming up very, very, very soon for the 25th anniversary of a certain film. I can't quite say what it is yet, but we will drop it on the channel when he's allowed to tell everybody what it is. But needless to say, it's fucking brilliant. The franchise is massive, so I'm really happy that he's picked this one up, because it's a big deal. So it's cool that he's managed to get on this one. You'll see us doing some other stuff with a company called Lee Film Factory. They're a little independent cinema in the next town along to us. Them guys are fantastic over there. Rob and the guys that run it are brilliant. So you'll see more and more stuff with them. So yeah, we've got the channel change a little bit. You still get my ugly mug doing sort of little reviews or overhauls of certain films, and then obviously you'll get me and Dave once a week talking nonsense about stuff we've seen that week or stuff that's coming up within the club. And then as we start rolling forward, we want to get other people from the club involved as well, because you know what I mean, we've a good mixed bag of people now that's coming. We've got some really young guys that come as well that are like 15, 16, 17-year-olds.
Never heard of this stuff before. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're absolutely fucking loving it. We showed them the thing and they shit themselves all the way through, which is brilliant. You know what I mean? It was fantastic to watch. We showed them Bloodsport last month. You know what I mean? And they were fucking mesmerised by it. So it's no, happy times, good times ahead. I'm quite glad it's working. I never expected it to get anything near what it's doing at the moment. And you know what I mean? We can do anything from 20 to 40 people turn up to one of these events. So
it's a double feature.
Double feature.
The movies. They all come from Tony's collection, and then they get together in a bar, and they all have drinks and watch the movies, and it's probably a good time. The bar makes money. Everybody has fun. $0 to get in.
Nothing, absolutely nothing. Yeah, it's free entry. We do a little raffle as well, so people stand chance of winning some prizes, and then the raffle money just goes back into the club to help us promote the next one along. You know what I mean? So it's sort of feeding itself now, which is really good. So it's not costing anybody anything to do. You know what I mean? Apart from like an hour of our time here and there.
You've done the important work over there. Make it a drinking event. Yes. And now you have people showing up in the UK for sure.
Yeah, every time a certain thing happens, everyone's taking a shot. You know what I mean? It's but no, it's cool, mate. It's cool. I'm just glad, really, that rebranding the channel sort of helped, because, like I said, I got a little bit of disillusion for a while, and You know what I mean? It's not anything that anybody done or anything that was going on. I was just looking at it and thinking, why am I fucking bothering? You know what I mean? It's like,
well, I remember we talked about it, and the schedules never lined up, and there's always like, there's always some reason that the stream has to be 11 p.m. over here. The guys aren't available. The weekends are, it's just a weird, it's a culture clash, the time schedules. It just never works. It just, and I remember you were telling me about what was going on with the channel, and it just didn't make sense why, like Born to Be Fag or somebody, those channels do well, and people actually know what they're talking about. Their channels don't do well, and it just, I don't know, it comes down to marketing and spamming, and these guys do a video or just 2 videos a day, and it's just like,
that's what it comes down to. That's what it seems. You're just feeding, you're just feeding the monster, aren't you? Just constantly feeding
and it. Doesn't even have to be good. You just slam it out. And
anything. It could be anything.
Cry about people dying or whatever, and people go. So I guess that's what it is, and it's fine with me. I'm fine with it this way. The people that want to be here, and they engage with the chat, and it is what it is.
Yeah, and like I say, it's something I've always enjoyed doing. It's something that I've only ever looked at as a hobby. It's nothing other than that. You know what I mean? There's no expectations of it, but there's still a point in time where you sit down and look at it and you go, well, okay, I spent like 3 hours doing this video, filmed it, edited it, made a thumbnail, uploaded it, and like 6 people have watched it. You know what I mean? What the fuck am I bothering for?
Yeah.
And I had that massive sort of identity crisis with it, where I was thinking, what is the point? You know what I mean? I enjoy bullshitting with you guys. I enjoy bullshitting with other people that I know on here. But at some point, there's got to be a thing of, well, is it worth me putting content out if no one's watching it?
Yeah.
So, but then it's amazing how one little change, well, two little changes can just make something explode. You know what I mean? And it has done. It really has. I've done nothing else. I've done nothing else other than change the name and bring Dave on board, and it's just gone crazy.
Oh, it's just like today. Johnny and Alan would have liked to have been here. I've talked to both of them about it, and Alan's got something. He's going to do something with his daughter. No big deal. It's not like somebody goes, well, fuck your daughter, come to the stream. It's like, who cares? And Johnny's had to work late today, so he couldn't make it. And it's like, oh, well, tell your boss you have to go home early or whatever. No, save that for a real emergency.
Yeah.
Don't come home to do a fucking YouTube video. There will be another YouTube video, and then another one.
Of course, we can bullshit about this stuff any time of the night of day. You know what I mean? But like I said, we'll you know what I mean. Next time we get a group of people together, it'd be nice to bring Dave on as well as. So I can introduce everyone to Dave and let Dave get to know people, because he's the most genuinely nicest guy that you will ever meet.
Are you sure you want to introduce him to the everybody?
Yeah. But no, and it's good, and like I say, it's been really nice as well that after me and Dave put a 2 or 3 videos up, that we started getting British content creators finding us. Yeah. Which I've been at this for years, mate, and no British content creators found me. But the second me and Dave started doing something, we had
you don't represent the country very well.
No, I must be absolutely terrible at it.
With this fucking meat over here.
But the guys over at the Slaughtered Lamb podcast, Darren and Frank, they came across us really quick, and Darren was quite vocal about how he liked our stuff and how he liked the sort of interaction between me and Dave. And I was like, no, it's just 2 mates chatting about stuff that they like.
You and Gareth do those 100 best of the certain year in the 80s. Those were good videos. I don't know how well they do or what. But
they actually do really well. Obviously, Gareth's got a big channel, you know what I mean? But if I do a video like that with Gareth, I'm guaranteed 200 views off it. You know what I mean? Gareth will get 600-700 views off it. But Gareth, the effort that Gareth puts in to that channel is unreal. Like I've never seen any other channel in my life. But the production value's low, but the quality level's high. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's all about the quality, not about the
Well,
production. And I think
I give these guys shit like Born to Be Fag and Pizzazz and some of these other guys because
Mm.
they are tryhards, and but they do try hard. I'll give them
Mm.
that, and they do spend a lot of money making the sets that their movies, and some of these motherfuckers buy wardrobe and things
Yeah.
for the videos, and that, you know, they work really hard at it. But there's also that great quote from Christmas Vacation when she tells the grandpa that, "Oh, come on, give her a break. She worked really hard." And he goes, "So did the washing machine."
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck? To a point, you know. But yeah, they do try really hard. I get that. But yeah, I think some of these people should realize that there's a ceiling when it comes to physical media channels, and
Yeah.
you know, a lot of them think that they're going to be the next whatever his name is, Stuckman or Flickinger or whatever. These are reviewers. They're
Yeah.
not physical media guys, and
No.
there's
There's a massive difference.
Yeah, there's a big difference, and the reviewer market is so saturated. You're not going to, you know, get into that market either, unless you you know, I mean, maybe really spam the thing, and you know. So I don't know. It's very weird for me to see all this, and well, hear about it more than see it. So anecdotally, I hear about it secondhand, but it's still like, I think the better approach is to have fun. If it takes off, it takes off. And you look at a guy like, I use you as the example, you know, you just have fun. And then if it works out, it works out. If it gets to be a big thing, well, that's great, you know, but if you're not doing it for fun, what are you really doing it for?
Exactly. Exactly. And like I say, and recently, some of the better channels that I've come across, it's been less about the presentation and more about the content and knowledge of content that they're putting out that's drawn me into those channels. And they are out there, you know what I mean? You do have to have a little bit of a dig around for them.
Yeah.
But I think in the UK alone, doing what the style that we do, I don't think Gareth can be beat over at Video Taste. He's brilliant. Some of the guests that he gets on that channel to interview with them and chat with them and stuff like that, in theory, he's got no rights of getting on. I mean, these are well-established directors. Yeah. You know what I mean? Fuck me, he had Neil Marshall on the other week, and you're thinking, how the fuck did he get Neil Marshall? But he just keeps going at people and at people and at people till either they say yeah or say, listen, mate, fuck off. You know what I mean?
Never.
But 9 times, he got Alex Cox on, who's a big deal in the UK. If you know, Movie Drone and things like that. He's a director as well. He did Repo Men, and he had him on the other night chatting to him, and you know what I mean. And you're thinking, if you look at the style of his channel, it's basically just like me chatting with a guest, but his guest is like somebody really well known within the industry. It's bizarre, but he's brilliant at it. Really, really good. Nice laid back attitude, nice laid back approach. If people watch, they watch. If people don't watch, he just doesn't care. He just still does it anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
I don't want these questions answered regardless of if anybody watches or not. But yeah, we've been going for about 90 minutes. Check out the chat and we'll get out of here. I'm pretty sure just one question here from Wrangler asking about your favorite Critters films, 1 or 2. I think there's 5 or more Critters films. I don't think I've ever seen one Critters film.
Yeah, so I had the box set the other day as well. Must have laid it away. 1 is definitely a favourite. 2's okay. 3 and 4 not good. 5 the modern awful, fucking terrible. So what 1 you've got to say 1 when it comes to Critters. 2's okay. 2's decent, but 1's the better title for me.
All right, well, you heard it here. 1 is the only Critters movie.
Yeah.
But I'll be back probably tomorrow night with Steve, maybe some others, depending. You know, like I said, it's going to be on a movie that a lot of people haven't seen. Johnny hasn't seen it. Alan hasn't seen it. So it's like, I know they're not going to rush out to see it just to be on that stream, which is a good thing.
Yep.
But we'll see what happens as far as that goes. It may be tomorrow, maybe later. We'll see what happens. But make sure you subscribe to Tony's new channel. the Wigan
the
Cult
new,
Film Club.
there we go. You may see me and Dave do a little live stream tomorrow night as we are out tomorrow, going picking up some random posters from a seller that's local, and hopefully we've seen pictures of these posters, and I think we've got the deal of a lifetime. So we'll see what happens there when we get back. So there'll probably be a little stream about that.
Don't get robbed or blagged or whatever you do.
Yeah, blagged.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys later.
Take care, everybody.